Hello and welcome YouTube friends. My name is Lou. I am a yoga teacher and a strength and conditioning coach. And today I have for you a 30-ish minute fluid vinyasa practice. So as we round off the season of Pisces, we're really going to be looking to adopt a fluid water-like quality as we move through today's flow. It is a vinyasa practice, so at parts it might be challenging, it might be a little bit strong. So I really urge you to tune in, listen to your body's wisdom, and of course add any props if you'd like to enhance your practice. So let's get straight into it. We're going to start in a child's pose. So knees can either be together or you can take them wide, and then sitting your hips back towards your heels, arms reach forwards. And depending on a lot of factors, your heels and your hips might not touch. That is okay, as long as you're not experiencing any pain in the shape. If you are, then feel free to come into a seated position. And then if you're in a child's pose, your forehead, allow that to be supported either by the mat or by your hands, maybe a block. Just letting the muscles in the neck switch off. And beginning to tune into the qualities and the sensations of your natural breath. Without making any big changes or adjustments to your breath at this stage. Just observing how it feels in the body today. And perhaps seeing if you can tune into the fluidity of your breath. This circular motion, connecting or merging the end of the exhalation with the beginning of the next inhalation. Let's take a full breath in through the nose, expanding the entire lung capacity. And then a soft exhale through the mouth. Just letting the breath fall from the lips. We'll do that 2 more times, breathing in. And let it go. One more time, a big breath in. And a breath out. Okay. So let's begin to press into the finger pads, lifting your arms up off of the mat. So a little bit of engagement here through the shoulders and through the arms. And then we'll slowly begin to undulate through the spine. So just little lifts, starting with the chest, the neck, and the head. And then as you progress, perhaps these ripples, these waves through the body start to get a little bit bigger. And slowly beginning to lift your hips from your heels. Finding a wave motion through the entire spine. Until you eventually come up into a tabletop position. Let's walk the knees in so that they are underneath the hips. And then we'll continue moving here in this ripple-like motion. It's almost like cat-cow meets a wave. So we're doing this tilting and tucking of the tailbone, leading from the heart space. But as you do, shifting your weight forwards and backwards over the wrists. And once again, this movement can become big and expressive if it feels good. Otherwise, just keeping it soft and subtle. There's real power in subtlety. Nice. Alrighty, coming back through a neutral. Keep your left hand as it is, spread through your fingers, and then reach your right hand across to the outside of the mat. So your right hand is now all the way over to the left. From here, we'll take a big breath in as you press the back of your heart towards the ceiling. And then exhale as you lift your chest, tilt the tailbone up. So coming through some cat-cow movements now. Breathing in as you push the floor away. Exhale as you soften. But doing a reverse breath from a traditional cat-cow, really spreading the shoulders on the in-breath. And then softening and expanding the belly on the out-breath. Beautiful. Left hand stays where it is still. We're going to sweep this right hand all the way towards the back of the mat. Right hand can either come to the back of the sacrum, or you can place it on the mat behind you, coming into a little twisted or half camel. And consciously breathing into the left side lung. Let's hold for one more breath. Beautiful. And then we'll slowly sweep the arms all the way around to the other side. Option to tuck under the toes as we come into a little twist here, twisting to the left side of the mat. Let's take a full breath in and a breath out. Beautiful. Releasing through center. Bonus points if you can do this without using your hands. We're going to roll over the toes and sit all the way back into a narrow yogi squat. And if this just doesn't feel good in your body, you are more than welcome to lift up into a high squat. Otherwise, bringing your knees in towards your armpits. From here, we're going to interlace the hands, push your palms away, tuck the chin. Maybe you find a little shift from side to side, working into the ankles, getting all of the little muscles in the feet working. Awesome. And then we'll place the hands down at about shoulders width apart, roll all the way back down into your tabletop position. Toes tucked once again. This time right hand stays where it is. Left arm reaches across to the right side of the mat. We breathe in as we spread the shoulders, push the floor away. Exhale, we soften as we blossom the sit bones up. Good, breathing in as you round the spine. Exhale into your cow pose. One more time, breathing in, tuck the chin. And exhale, we soften. This time, right hand stays where it is. Left arm sweeps all the way around to the back of the mat. Hand to either the back of the sacrum or to the back edge of the mat as you come into your little twisted or half camel shape. Pressing your heart forwards. Breathing deep into that right side lung. Let's hold for one more steady breath. Beautiful. We'll sweep it all the way around. Option to untuck the toes as you come into a little twist now, facing the right side of the mat. And softening that right shoulder down to the back of the mat. Awesome. Alrighty, rolling back through center. Reach your hands forwards, tuck under the toes. Downward facing dog. Let's take a couple of breaths here, just pedaling out, taking whatever you need in the shape. I've got clicky ankles. Shifting hips and pelvis from side to side, finding a little bit of a rotation through the spine. But staying connected as always to the strength of your hands, pressing into your index finger and your thumb, strongest part of the hand. And then pressing the floor away, letting the shoulders rise up towards the ears. Beautiful. Alrighty, let's come into stillness. We'll take a full breath in through the nose. And then a soft sigh through the mouth. Let's flow through some spinal waves. Coming up onto the balls of the feet, we take a breath in as you round the spine, shift forwards to plank. And then soften the knees towards the mat as you exhale, shift your hips all the way back. We'll do that 2 more times, breathing in as you shift forwards. Exhale, we shift it back. 1 more time, big breath in as you shift forwards. Exhale, shift it back, holding here, coming into a bear crawl stance. Knees are a couple of inches from the ground. Now from here, option to hold if this feels spicy enough, option to extend that left leg out long. And we'll hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Keep that left leg lifted. Lower your right knee to the ground. We're going to come all the way down into a knees, chest, chin, but with that left leg lifted, almost coming into a half chin stand. Beautiful. From here, we soften the left knee down. We're going to roll all the way down to cobra, starting with the tailbone, rolling the belly all the way through, lift the chest. We exhale, soften your forehead towards the earth. Good, pressing into the hands. Inhales, you lift all the way up, find striking cobra. Exhale, we soften. From here, we're going to reach the right arm forwards and then bend your left leg in, squeezing your left heel in towards your left glute. Option here to catch hold of your foot or ankle for that left side and press up into a half bow pose. Wherever you're at, we're going to hold here for 1 more steady breath. And then exhale, release all the way down. Place the hands beside your ribs, downward facing dog. Good job. Let's take a full breath in as we roll forwards to high plank. Exhale, soften the knees down once again, coming into your bear crawl stance. This time, right leg, option to shoot that one back. We're going to hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good job. Soften that left knee down. Right leg stays lifted as you come all the way through knees, chest, chin. Right leg is still reaching. Good. Let's mindfully lower that right leg down to meet the left. We roll all the way down through cobra, belly lifting through the chest last. We exhale, soften your head towards the ground. Inhale as you press into the feet, the pubic bone, lift all the way up. We exhale and fold. This time, left arm reaches forwards in space. Bend the right leg in, squeezing the heel towards your glutes. Option here to catch hold of the foot or the ankle as you lift up into your half bow pose. Holding for 1 more steady breath. And exhale, release. Good job. Place the hands down, tuck under the toes, downward facing dog. Let's bend the knees, look forward, step, hop or float the feet to the hands. Lift the chest halfway, exhale, we fold. We're going to roll the spine very passively all the way up to standing, letting the shoulders, the neck, and the head come last. When you reach the top, we sweep the arms up to the sky. Exhale, bend the knees and fold. Inhale as your halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands, step or jump back through chaturanga, option to lower to the knees. Inhale for upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Good, let's take a breath in and a breath out. Bend the knees, look forward, step, hop or float the feet to the hands. Lift the chest halfway, exhale, we fold. Ground into the feet, sweep the arms all the way up, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, we fold, Uttanasana. Inhale as your halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands, step or jump back through chaturanga, option to lower to the knees. Inhale for upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Good, big breath in and a breath out. We bend the knees, look forward, step, hop or float the feet to the front. Lift the chest halfway, exhale and fold. Ground into the feet, sweep the arms all the way up to the sky. Final round of Surya A, we exhale and fold, Uttanasana. Inhale as your halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands, step or jump back through chaturanga, option to lower to the knees. Inhale for your back bend. Exhale, downward facing dog. Let's cleanse the breath here, breathing in and breathing out. Nice. Alrighty, let's ground into the left foot, send the right leg to the sky. And from here, we're going to point these right toes so this right leg is nice and active and send it as high as you can. So imagining that you've got a piece of string running all the way from the crown of your head to your right big toe and somebody's pulling at it from either end. Let's hold here for one more breath. Stay for the out breath. Good. On your next in-breath, we lift the head, gaze between the hands. Exhale, roll forwards, tap your right elbow. Sweep it all the way back, breath in. Option to hold here, option to flip your dog over for wild thing. Hips and heart press to the sky. From your wild thing, if you're here, gazing to the front of the mat, we're all going to come back into a knee to nose, rounding through the upper back. Then take a big step between the hands. Good job. Soften the back knee down. We rise all the way up. Anjaneyasana, low lunge. Exhale as you fold forward, straightening your front leg. Hips shift back. Big breath in as you roll forwards once again, tuck under your back toes, rise all the way up to crescent lunge. Repeating that movement, but this time standing, folding forwards into a wide pyramid pose, staying on the ball of the back foot. From here, we come forwards, take a bend into your right knee, bring your hands through heart center. And as though you're trying to squish your hands in between your chest and your front right leg, we're going to press off into a crouching warrior. So keeping a bend in that front right leg, we're going to press off, taking that left leg nice and high. So good. Let's hold here for a breath. Stay for the out breath. Beautiful. From here, taking your left foot all the way over to the right side of the mat, off of the mat, and then your left hand is going to come over to the left side of the mat. From here, Cleopatra. So we're going to lower the left hip towards the ground as you reach that right hand towards your back left foot. So we're coming diagonal across the mat now. Inhale as you lift up, press through that right leg, big juicy stretch through that outer right hip. And then exhale as you soften it down. Let's do it one more time. Inhale, we push up. Exhale, we soften. This time as you breathe in and push up, you're going to walk your hands back into the midline, pressing off into a standing split. Left leg points up towards the sky. Good. Now from here, we've got a couple of options. First option is you're going to lower your left foot to the ground and then sweep your right leg back, switching over to a standing split on the other side. Second option is you can jump up into a handstand to get there. Now, it doesn't matter how high your feet go, even if your feet are off of the ground for a millisecond as you switch over to the other leg. If your feet are in the air and your hands are on the ground, you're in a handstand. So it's really not about how high you go. It's just about having a little bit of fun with your transition, but also strengthening through the shoulders and the upper body. So you can step it or you can jump it. And then switch it over to the other side. Once you've got there, we're going to take a big step back with this right leg coming into Skandasana. And from your Skandasana, let's reach the hands forwards, coming into a fold. Beautiful. We frame the right foot at the back of the mat. Sweep your right leg all the way back, finding three-leg dog. Exhale, roll forwards. Option to flow through a vinyasa. And I'll meet you in downward facing dog. And coming back to the breath. Okay, let's sweep the left leg up to the sky. Once again, point the toes as though somebody's pulling a piece of string all the way from the crown of the head to that left big toe. We gaze forwards, breath in, tap your left elbow. Sweep it all the way back, three-leg dog. Option to hold, option to flip it over for wild thing, hips and heart pressed to the sky. From your wild thing or your three-leg dog, we're going to come into a knee to nose plank, rounding through the upper back as you push the floor away. Big step through from here between the hands. Good job. Soften your back knee down. Anjaneyasana, low lunge. Inhale to rise. Exhale, we fold. Straighten the front leg. Shift your hips and your arms all the way back. We come forwards, tuck under the back toes. Rise up to crescent lunge. Once again, we exhale and fold. Stay on the ball of that back foot. Wide pyramid pose. Good. From here, we're going to bend the front knee, hands through heart center, preparing for crouching warrior. So keeping a bend in that left leg. As you press off, right leg kicks back. Good. Working the left side glutes. We hold for one more breath. Stay for the out breath. Beautiful. Right foot shifts over to that left side of the mat. Take it as far as you can. Right hand all the way off to the right side of the mat. On this diagonal once again, we flow through a Cleopatra. Let's take a breath in as we dip that right hip. Exhale, push into that left leg as you reach up. Let's do that 2 more times with the breath. Breathing in and breathing out. So good. One more time. Breathing in. And breathing out. We walk the hands back into the midline, making sure that left foot is facing forwards, coming into your standing split. Once again, option to step that right foot down and switch it over to the other side. Option to jump through a little handstand. As you do, switching it over. Once you arrive, big step back with that left leg, Skandasana. Let's reach the hands forwards, coming into a fold. Right leg is active. We frame the left foot at the front of the mat once again. Sweep that left leg all the way back. Option to roll forwards here and move through a vinyasa. And I'll meet you in downward facing dog. And coming back to the breath. Okay, we're going to flow through that sequence one more time on each side. A little bit more, one breath, one movement. Let's sweep the right leg to the sky. Exhale, tap your right elbow. Sweep it all the way back, breath in. Option to hold here, option to lower your left forearm down to the ground. If you've got your left forearm on the ground, coming into this little half dolphin stance, maybe you bend your top knee and reach that right arm a little bit further away from you, creating a little kickstand. Good. Alrighty. If you're in this position, walk your right hand back in, press back up to your 3-leg dog. Exhale, flip it over for wild thing, hips and heart pressed to the sky. Knee to nose, gaze to the front of the mat. We draw that right knee in on the in-breath. Exhale, big step through between the hands. Soften the back knee down, Anjaneyasana, low lunge. Exhale, hips back, arms back. Ardha Hanumanasana. Rolling forwards, tuck under the back toes, come all the way up through crescent lunge. Exhale, we fold, pressing into the ball of the back foot, wide pyramid pose. We bend the front knee, hands to heart center, preparing for crouching warrior. We press off, engaging through that left side leg. Left leg comes over to the right side of the mat, land onto the blade edge of the foot. Left hand plants down to the left side of the mat as we dip the hip and reach all the way back. Let's go 2 times with the breath. Inhale as you push into that right leg and lift. Exhale as we soften and lower. One more time. Inhale, you reach, stretching the left side body. And then exhale to lower. As you reach up and over this time, we're going to walk the hands back into the midline, meeting in a standing split. Left leg reaches to the sky. Option to step, or you can jump through a little handstand, switching over the legs. Big step back with your right foot. Skandasana. In your Skandasana, let's reach the hands forwards into a fold. We frame the right foot at the back of the mat. 3-leg dog right side. Option here to roll the body forwards and move through your vinyasa. And I'll meet you in downward facing dog. Let's cleanse the breath, breathing in and breathing out. Let's sweep the left leg to the sky. Exhale to the left elbow. Press it all the way back. Big breath in. Option to hold here. Option to lower your right forearm to the ground, coming into your half dolphin. Maybe you bend that top knee and reach your left arm towards the front edge corner of the mat. Lifting that left knee as high as you can. Good. If you're in this shape, walk your left hand back in, press back up into your 3-leg dog. Option to flip it over here for wild thing, hips and heart pressed to the sky. Coming into knee to nose plank, we take a breath in, draw that knee nice and high. Exhale, big step through between the hands, low lunge, inhale to rise. Exhale, half split, we sweep the arms behind. Coming forwards, tuck under the back toes, crescent lunge. Exhale, wide pyramid pose, fold. So good, hands at the heart center, generous bend in that front leg. We're gonna press off into crouching warrior once again, pressing back through that right leg. Keep reaching, reaching, reaching through those right toes. Alrighty, let's take that right foot over to the left side of the mat. Right hand meets the ground as we sweep it up and over, find Cleopatra. Exhale, we push into that left leg as we lift. Let's go 2 more times with the breath. Inhale and exhale. So good, big C curve through the spine, breathing in. And breathing out. Let's walk the hands back into the midline. We send that right leg back in space. I've got a wall in my way. Option to step it, or you can do a little handstand transition to the other side. Big step back with that left leg, Skandasana. So good, everyone. Reach the hands forwards, coming into a fold. Right leg is engaged. We frame that left foot at the front of the mat, sweep it all the way back, 3-leg dog. Option to flow through. One final vinyasa, and I'll meet you in downward facing dog. We've done a fair amount on the hands and the wrists today. Let's drop it all the way down to the knees. Option to come into a cross leg, or you can sit back on the heels. Let's cross the hands together, circle the wrists out. From here, release the hands down, roll to one side, swing your legs all the way around. We'll meet in a Baddha Konasana. So soles of the feet together, knees splay out wide. And then we're going to use the thumbs here to press the inside of the sole of the foot, the center of the sole of the foot. Got a really good acupressure point here for the kidneys. And then with your index finger, the space in between your big toe and your second toe, about an inch down from that toe crease, there is liver 1. So we've got 2 really great acupressure points for the fluid body here. And liver 1 can sometimes feel a bit sensitive, so just checking in here as you apply a gentle bit of pressure. Nourishing the fluid body, boosting that flow of chi. Breathing deep into the hip space, the pelvic bowl. Letting your belly expand with the breath. Okay. And so from here, option to stay upright if that feels good. Otherwise, you can fold forwards over the legs, letting the spine, the shoulders, everything round. Letting your head be heavy. I love this pose. I find it so good for just deepening awareness to breath. It's almost like you're creating this cocoon, similar to child's pose. This sensation of closing in is so good for the nervous system. And then slowly roll the spine back up. And from here, we'll extend the right leg out long, bend the left leg in, and then just rotate your torso towards that front right leg so that your hips are relatively level. And then from here, just softening over that front leg. Hands can come to the shin, the ankle, or the foot. You're more than welcome to take a soft bend in the knee if that feels good as well, creating a little bit more length through the spine. As always, just coming back to your intention for the stretch. Do you want to target the back of the legs a little bit more, or does it feel good to find a little bit of relief through the lower spine? Maybe a bit of both. Good. And then lifting up, we'll switch it straight over to the other side. Right leg bends in, left leg extends, rotating your torso towards the left leg. And then once again, softening into your fold. Awesome. Rolling the spine back up. And we'll finish in a meditation. So you're more than welcome to grab a chair, lay on your back, or join me in a seat. But making sure that there's plenty of space for the breath to move through the body. And finding that balance of structure and softness. And coming back to that soft fluidity of your natural breath. And as you breathe here, allowing your body, your entire being to expand with your breath, I invite you to focus your attention on these 3 different points within the body: the lower belly, the chest, and then all the way up to the collarbones, as though your breath is filling you up, like you're filling up a jug of water. And then as you pour that water out, the breath is exhaling from the collarbones, through the chest, and then the belly. Without forcing or pushing any unnatural breath, just allowing it to fill you up. And following your in-breath and your out-breath the whole way. You're more than welcome to stay here breathing for as long as you need to feel down-regulated. Today's practice was quite energizing, so if you have the time, please really just take the time, just a few minutes of breathing fully, using the diaphragm, the full capacity of your lungs. And this is where I'm going to leave you today, my friends. Thank you so much for practicing with me. I love sharing these practices with you, and if you enjoy them, then I really appreciate you being here. Please like and subscribe. As mentioned in my last video, as soon as I can adjust or remove the ads, I will. I'm not far off being able to do that now as my following increases. So I really appreciate you sticking with me. I hope that you have a beautiful day wherever you are in the world, and I'll see you again soon.